Good morning. This video is going to be a tutorial on how to use Zoom and specifically how to create a link that you can send out to students. The first thing you need to know is if you personally did not create a Zoom login username and password, then you'll have to do that the first time you use it. The username and password for Zoom is not something given to you by the school or the district. You just have to create your own. So in order to do that, you would just click on the Zoom app, and when it says create account, you click on that. You use your school email as the email, and you choose any password you want as your password. Once you have your Zoom account created, it's pretty simple. You just have to open the app. So the app is blue with a white video camera, so I'm going to click on that. Once it opens, it'll take me right to my home screen. If your screen does not look like this when you open it, that means that you probably bumped one of the other buttons on the side, which is fine. So notice on the side, on the left, I have the word home lit up in blue, but if I click those other buttons, those will light up in blue and take me to different pages. So I'm going to start right on the home screen. So I get back to that by clicking on the word home on the left, and then it'll light up blue, and then it'll take me to my home screen. So on the home screen, you have 4 options. You have new meeting, join, schedule, or share screen. Today, I want to show you how to schedule a meeting that will give you a link that you can send out to students. So I do that by pressing on the blue button that says schedule. Once I've clicked on the blue button that says schedule, I'm just going to title my meeting. So let's call this practice. And then you have to decide, when do I want the meeting? So let's say I want it today, or maybe I want it later. Let's say I want it Tuesday, December 8th. Let's say I want it at 2:00 p.m. And then my duration, do I want it 30 minutes? Do I want it 15 minutes? However long you want the meeting to last. And then obviously we're going to be in the Eastern time zone. I don't want it to repeat, but that's an option you can do. So say you know that every Wednesday you meet students at 9 a.m. and so you don't want to create a new link every week. You can create it once and the link will work every Wednesday at 9 a.m. if you click on repeat. The next thing down is calendar. I like to choose the calendar right here. I choose iCalendar. It's nice because it sends you a notification in your Apple Calendar on your iPad before you use it. If you don't want that notification, you can just click on it and change it from iCalendar to none, and then go back to schedule meeting. So as I scroll down further, the next thing I want to look at is where it says require meeting passcode. Notice it's not bright green, it's light green. That means it's on, but it's light green because it doesn't have the option to turn it off. So that's a feature that BOCES turned off for us. So we are required to have a password every time. So this passcode is kind of hard to remember for your students, so I can make it an easier passcode just by clicking in there, erasing that, and making the passcode something a little easier, maybe 1, 2, 3 or whatever. The next one down is enable waiting room. I always want to enable the waiting room. That means when students come in, I have to allow them in before they come in. It's just a little bit more secure in case somehow somebody else got the password and they got into the Zoom meeting. We get to take a look at who they are before they actually get into our Zoom. Okay, so as I'm moving down, host video on, participation video on. These don't really matter. Immediately when you come in, do you want people to have their video on, or do you want it to auto set to off until they turn it on? You can go either way. It doesn't really matter. So once I have everything I want set, I'm just going to click on that blue button at the top that says save. Okay, so now when I press save, this information is going to pop up for me that has my link. It has all this information I need to know. So I can just go down here to the bottom where it says Jenny Mosier inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting, and I can just copy this. So I'm just going to do that by holding down until it turns blue, hopefully. There we go. And then I'm going to copy this. So once I've copied this, I'm going to leave the Zoom app, and then I'm just going to go into an email, or I can go into Seesaw, or I can go into Microsoft Teams, or however I communicate with my students, and I'm going to paste that information. When I paste it to them, I'm giving them the link that they can click on. I'm giving them a meeting ID, and I'm giving them a password. They don't need the link and the meeting ID, but I like to give them both because they can use either one that they prefer. That's it. If you have any more specific additional questions about Zoom, feel free to reach out. I am more than willing to help anyone set up their Zoom account, or once they have it set up, play around with the settings to have it be exactly what you want. Thanks so much.